Lady Charmaine, and my guest today is no stranger to television or the big screen. You may know him from the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy or the TV show Flash Forward. But I'm sure you probably know him by now as one of the stars of the new hit NBC TV show Smash. He plays the handsome, charming, yet hardcore Broadway director, Derek Wills. I want you to help me welcome Mr. Jack Davenport to the show. Hello, Jack, and welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. Now, Jack, one thing I love about the TV show Smash, it's a great show because it gives us a glimpse into the making of a Broadway star, a Broadway hopeful, the casting couch, the cattiness, and the clicks. Was that the premise of this show?
Absolutely. I think, the show is essentially a workplace drama about a workplace people will perhaps not know that much about. And for sure, it's a world in which there are all sorts of, slightly kind of intensely emotional interactions because, that's what this world is about. I think going in, the intention was always to try and be very different from other things on TV, precisely because, I don't think people really have ever seen this world presented like this and in this way. And also the people that are in that world, I think people have kind of assumptions about what it's like to be, working in the theatre or working big musicals. But I think people will be quite surprised by quite how intense and grueling and also kind of glorious it can be as well at times.
Now, tell us about your character, Derek Wills, because you are a director and you have a lot of emotions going on between two of the cast members on the show. But tell us about your character.
Well, my character, Derek, is maybe not the sort of person you'd want to take home to meet your mother. But yes, he is the director and choreographer, and he is quite a confrontational, quite a manipulative guy. But that side of him is used in the service of the project that he's working on, because part of his job is to push these actors and actresses in a way that gets the best out of them, and sometimes he needs to push them a little harder than they might like, simply because he needs to see what's inside them and what they can do, and that kind of quite intense power dynamic makes for quite interesting drama in terms of the audience at home getting to see what we get up to.
Now, how different is the character Derek Wills from the character that you played in the Pirates of the Caribbean or in Flash Forward or any of the other shows that you've been in?
Well, he's very different from the guy. The guy in Flash Forward was a particle physicist, and the guy in the Pirates of the Caribbean was a naval commodore. They all looked very similar if you took off all the wigs but they're emotionally quite difficult. I mean, I think the big difference, I think, in terms of Derek in Smash is that he is quite sort of an aggressive, quite sort of alpha male character in a way that certainly, they're all a bit like that, but I suppose in the sense that Derek gets his way a lot more than those other two characters tended to.
Now, did you ever have any experience on Broadway because you play the character so well?
I've never worked on Broadway. I have worked in the theatre in London many times, and I'm not in musicals. I'm no singer, but I have very extensive first-hand knowledge of what that world is essentially like. So yes, and the show is pretty accurate, I have to say.
Now, Kathrine McPhee, who is also a former contestant on American Idol, love her. She is such a great actress. Did all of you really expect all of that to come out of her? Because it's truly coming across on this screen. How do you like working with Kathrine McPhee?
She's fantastic in the show, and you're right. Most a broader audience would know her mainly from her time on American Idol, and she has acted before, but she's never had a role this demanding or this big to play before, and she's grasping the ring. I mean, she's being fantastic, and this as the show develops, you'll see her character goes on quite an intense journey, and it's a lovely thing to see a young person get their first really big shot in a very visible and demanding show and basically just knock it out of the park time after time.
And that's exactly what she's doing. Well, Derek, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a pleasure having you. And we want to make sure that everyone catch Smash Monday nights, 10/9 Central, right after The Voice. Thank you so much, Derek, for joining me today.
Thank you very much. Nice to talk to you. Take care.
Bye-bye.